Hey there, Wastelander. Welcome back to Fallout McFly, my little corner on the internet where I just sit around and talk about Fallout and stuff. And in this video, I am back once more to spend some legendary modules and hope for the best legendary roll possible. And for me personally, this has been the season of the auto axe. This thing really tears, and I've been trying to refine my build the whole season. And I think I've just about got it nailed down. Speaking of which, I've left a link down in the description for more auto axe info, but if you guys want to go right to the source, also check out the channel Nuka. He also has a website, and this guy is doing the people's work out here. And after reading more about the auto axe, I've come to realize that the current roll I have now isn't that bad. So I guess the only thing I really could do is add blood eater vampires. And who knows, with the new legendary crafting system they're trying to implement, I might want to hang on to this and change that top star. But enough of all the jib jab. Name of the game is we're going to craft 10 auto axes and legendaryify each one. Rule number 1, do you have your crafting buddy? Okay, good, check. Rule number 2, perk cards. Luckily, we don't need any kind of special crafting perk card for this one. We just need the super duper to kick in. So just make sure you have level 3 super duper. Rule number 3. I can't do this voice. Make sure you own an auto axe. If you don't have an auto axe, you could have earned it during season 10. You can buy it in the Atom Shop. I don't recommend that one bit. What I really do recommend is that you grind your face off in expeditions, earn 500 stamps, and buy your own auto axe. And then come back and watch the video. Moving on! Alright, Super Duper is said to activate 30% of the time, so I think I'm going to try and build 7 auto axes and see what happens. Alright, in the auto axe, bump it up to 50. And we'll do 7 and see what happens. Alright, it worked, but how many times? Alright, mark this down in history as the first time Super Duper ever worked out in our favor, because that is amazing. I crafted 7 auto axes, and I got 10 auto axes. It's too perfect. Alright, number 1. Starting us off with a Juggernaut's auto axe. Damage increases up to 25% as health increases, a plus 50% critical damage, and weapon breaks 50% slower. Now the bottom perk is actually a really good perk for auto axes. I'm not sure how well critical damage is on an auto axe. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's good damage, but I don't know how auto axe works in VATS. That might be something to be tested. Number 2, give me vampires. No, but not so bad. We have an Executioner's auto axe, plus 50% more damage when your target is below 40% health, plus 40% power attack damage, and minus 15% damage taken while blocking. That kind of ruins it right there. I don't think you can block with an auto axe. I've actually never tried. That's kind of funny to think about. But executioners could be useful, and I know the power attack damage is very useful. Because again, reading up on the auto axe, come to find out, auto melee weapons like this and the Ripper and the Chainsaw, since they can't actually power attack with a button, every attack is a power attack. So this is definitely the perk you want in your second slot. I can't imagine anything else. Number 3. Adding damage to the humans with an Assassin's auto axe, plus 50% damage to humans, plus 50% melee damage, reflection while blocking, and a minus 90% weight. Yeah, this one's very meh, and that middle perk just kills it. Again, I don't know if you can block. Hold on. Holy sh... I had no idea you could block with the auto axe. You learn something every day, am I right? I mean, that doesn't mean it's a good perk to have, but it's good to know. Alright, let's bring back the good perks. Number 4. There we go. Again, I don't know how I feel about the critical, but we have a bloodied auto axe. Damage increases up to, I don't need to explain bloody to you, but then we have a plus 50% critical damage, and weapons break 50% slower. I love the first and third star. Again, I just don't know how critical damage is going to work. Maybe someone can further explain that to me. I don't know if this is the best perk for this weapon, but I love to see a bloodied pop, and let's go. Number 5. And taking a hard left turn to hate on the ghouls, we got a plus 50% damage to ghouls with the Ghoul Slayer's auto axe, with a plus 40% weapon speed and plus 1 endurance. Now I know at first glance you might think this weapon sucks, and well, I guess, yeah, you'd be right. But one more thing to add to this being a bad roll. Reading more about the auto axe, the plus 40% weapon speed actually does nothing for this weapon. I know your first thought might be to think that the blades might spin faster. I thought the same thing. But if you didn't think that, you're the big brain, because it does not affect this weapon, and I think that's nuts. Let's keep on rolling. Number 6. Holy Fallout, 2 bloodied in 1 craft? Somebody's looking out for me, but we have a bloodied auto axe again. And again with the plus 50% critical damage. That seems to be the theme today. And then finishing out with a minus 40% damage taken while power attacking, which is great for this weapon because that's all the time when you're attacking. So that's a good damage reduction. And again, this could be a great contender for a good auto axe roll, but I'm not sure if critical damage is the best route. I still want that 40% more power attack damage. Alright, Sloppy 7, let's go. Giving it to the Scorched with a Zealot's auto axe. Plus 50% damage to the Scorched, a plus 40% weapon speed, and plus 15% bonus VATS critical damage. This one is just bupkissed. No. Throw it right in the script machine. No thank you. Hell, throw it in the dumpster. Alright, and now it is time for the Ocho. Hey, I totally forgot about anti-armor, but I love to see it. We got an anti-armor auto axe. It's the quadruple A battery, plus 50% armor penetration with a plus 50% limb damage, and a plus 1 agility. You know, for full utility of the weapon, this is actually a pretty good roll. Armor penetration is just always great for enemies. It's almost fitting to have limb damage because this thing would just chop off limbs if it were real. And then you have the plus 1 agility to help to your AP while this thing's running. I'm not saying this is a god roll or anything, but definitely an interesting contender for an amazing roll. Getting down to the wire here and still no vampires, but number 9. At least we can hit them with our fat stacks. We got the Aristocrats. We got the AAA battery. The Aristocrats auto axe. Up to plus 50% damage based on caps you have. Currently at... oh yeah, that's my damage. And then there's that sneaky little plus 50% critical damage and the plus 1 agility again. I don't know, I'm very meh about it. I don't think I would even play with this one. It's going right in the script machine, I think. The perks could be worse, but I've seen better. Alright, here we are at the end of the dusty trail, and still no vampires. Please give me vampires number 10. No, but with the medics. Alright, unfortunately it's a medics auto axe. VATS critical damage will heal you and your group for 5%. And then the bottom two are awesome. A plus 40% power attack damage, and weapons break 50% slower. Those two bottom perks are great. I might want to keep this weapon just in case the new legendary system goes forward, because then I'll be able to swap out that top perk. I already can't sell this thing, so it won't matter. And that'll just about do it for this one. Unfortunately, I could not roll a single vampire's auto axe. I don't know what's up with my luck. But all is not lost. I'm just gonna have to stick with the one I already have. But as always, thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. A like is always appreciated and all that good YouTube stuff. And before I leave you, I ask you this. There aren't that many weapon skins for the auto axe. Which one do you think is the best? We have the Fanatic skin, the Peeper skin, and the Reduper skin. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm curious to see what you think, but I will catch you out there in the wasteland.
Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think, McFly, think.
You know, licorice tastes better now, after the nukes. Was hoping for a pension, but all I got is tension.